was a recreational crackhead.
You cannot be a recreational crackhead.
Ask what's that little girl from
Who?
that white girl
That white girl.
that real crazy ass white girl Dunham.
Lena Dunham?
Yeah. That's a black girl, ain't it?
Lena Dunham is a white woman.
Okay, yes, Lena Dunham. Yes, her. What's the show she from?
Girls,
right. In that show, they talk about like how in like downtown Brooklyn, using like crack recreation has become a thing. Like in most high society. Like,
what color are these women?
White women. That's what I'm saying. But like people in that sphere have started to use crack recreation to seem more grungy and edgy because coke is so easy. It's like a party drug. But if you want to be grungy, like you use crack and then apparently the high is a lot better. Again, this is not me promoting crack. I'm just saying I've heard that it's become a thing at like different types of parties.
I just want to say this.
He was fun.
Once and for all.
Go ahead.
I acknowledge myself to be a square. I've never been at a party where anybody has offered me drugs. Never.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
What's wrong with you?
Drug dealers, come find me.
She just means weed. Do
I?
Yep, she just means weed.
I don't think so.
This girl got anxiety, okay?
If you got Paxil, then hook me up. But like...
Listen, she mostly means weed.
Everybody be like, oh, I was at a party and they were doing coke in the bathroom. What? But where was I?
I promise you don't want to be at them parties.
No, that DARE PSA was too effective on me because I know nobody. Nobody.
That's
Nary a plug. Nary a socket. Nobody.
Right. And that's good. Look at Dare. Go ahead, Dare. Look at you being like, effective.
No!
Go ahead.
When I write my book, I want to talk about how I fell into hard times and even worse times because, God, the drugs.
And then you suck dick for some crack. I got it. Cool.
I didn't say all that, but...
Say that's the hard times. That's usually the hard times for every crackhead.
Who said it was crack?
I'm just saying.
Who said it was crack? Just because that's what your man did.
Listen. He was a nurse. He didn't have to do all that. Okay? He made good monies.
How you know?
Good. What you mean, how I know? How you mean, I don't know. What you mean? I can show you pictures, sis.
I don't want to see pictures of him.
Oh, actually, let me tell you, I was lonely.
Pictures of him doing crack? Wait. If that's the case, let me see.
Oh, wow. So you would love to see a black man at his worst, but I had prospered as a nurse? That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, look at this. Where's Charlemagne at? Listen. That's crazy.
First of all, it's not even like that. Second of all, he doing crack.
Whatever.
Allegedly, he's a nurse that makes money, but he's doing crack.
Yeah.
Not cocaine.
Because crack is a better high. Google it.
I don't care if crack is a better high. Crack is for brokies.
That's what Whitney used to say, but she was also using crack. She tried to lie.
Yes, that's because of Bobby and Pat and them. And that was when they were all brokies. So, and she just liked it.
Because crack is a better high.
Okay? Just because I make a little money now doesn't mean I don't drink Tampico. Okay?
Ew, what's wrong with your palate?
Girl, don't judge me.
I am.
Whatever.
Tampico.
I grew up poor, all right?
Okay, look at that. Tampico.
Whatever. It is the best tasting bleach orange drink that you will ever have in your life.
It really is.
Okay? You don't need no sleep with that. None. But back to your man that was a crackhead.
I mean, I actually tried to hit him up again on Facebook. Don't do this. I am a masochist. I got lonely.
Girl.
And because it wasn't really sure. I wasn't really sure. He had like made a joke about it. Remember, I wasn't really sure if he was using the cracks. So I had to see
the cracks.
I had to see if that was a real thing. Like I really wanted to see what was up. Like,
wait, so he smoked crack next to you?
No, I never saw nothing. I never saw it. That's what I'm saying. He just told me.
All right, so this is what you got to do.
He framed it as a joke, but again, I don't think that that's something I want to do. And my inner self.
You got to do it. But I'm saying, so like, this is what you're going to do, right?
Right.
So you're going to be like, hey, boo, what's up? Let's link, whatever, WYD, all that stuff. And then when you at his apartment, assuming that he lives in one, and not a shack, like most crackheads do.
I need you to know.
So,
I'm in his apartment.
When you're in his apartment, just be like, oh, so are you still doing recreational things?
Right.
And when he's like, yeah, I'll be doing that crack. And so when he and then when he pulls up that piece, that rock, right? And then he like, I don't know what crackheads do. So like, do they put it in like a spoon? And like
that is
like,
heroin.
Okay,
no,
whatever. So like, he put it in like his cereal or whatever. I don't know. So whatever he do with the crack, right?
With the crack, yes.
So then you watch him. Take out your phone and just like record a little piece so I can see, right? And then to make the experience immersive.
If you say I'm gonna use the crack, I will knock you clean out with your microphone. I will knock you clean out. Go ahead. Say something stupid. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I would knock you clean out.
Live through you. I want to live through you.
This is where our friendship has led us. She tried to persuade me to use the crack. The crack.
I'm not saying use the whole thing.
Wow.
But like maybe use like a little piece.
Wow. It be your own people, yo. That's crazy.
No, I'm saying, okay, so like when you're in the apartment and you're like, oh boo, let me just like, a little piece or whatever. And then like
a piece of what? Oh, God. So annoying. Yeah.
So like you take a little piece, whatever, it's like pop rocks or whatever, and then like let me record this experience for my friend because she never does drugs, but I want her to feel what I feel.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something even better. I got you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you a wooly. That's what they call it, a wooly. That's what I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna roll you a nice little blunt and I'm gonna sprinkle some crack in it.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna give it to your ass.
That's what the cops do to black men. You are not gonna do that.
There we go. We're gonna be experiencing.
All right, listeners. So this is the first and last episode because my friend is trying to obviously kill me by putting crack and angel dust in a blunt and calling it a gift.
I didn't say angel dust. That's how you
girl! With your connections, it probably is everything. A little bit of everything in there. Angel dust.
She said my connections.
Crack. What's that thing the kids do? PCP, Special K.
Yeah.
Molly. LSD.
Actually. So everyone's dropping shrooms now and acid and shrooms. I don't know
where they get that.
I don't know, but like everybody,
but it looks nasty.
It does.
You gotta chew it. You put it in tea or something.
I don't know what you do with it. I just know people keep talking
about it. My dad will put it in steep it in the tea bag because it looks like dry leaves. So you're just like, I got shroom juice or tea or whatever. Like,
do you eat it? I don't know. How do you activate it? It's shrooms, baby. I don't know.
White people who listen to this podcast, let me know. How do you consume a shroom?
Yeah. Consume a shroom.
I don't know. I don't know. All I know is what I see on TV and what Tanya has told me about her man that does crack. That's all I know.
Allegedly does crack.
Girl, he do crack. You can't allege nothing.
I'm not sure yet, y'all.
Not even cocaine.
America. I'm not sure.
Y'all, he don't even do cocaine.
Listen.
For someone who was a nurse and make money and access to needles and stuff, he's doing
Why would
crack.
He? Because crack is a better high.
No, crack killed the black community. He should know better.
If you don't shut up.
Okay. He should know better.
He's so annoying.
He should be doing cocaine or the purest of that stuff from Colombia, like that cocaina. That
nigga said the cocaina.
That stuff.
Right. Yes.
Not no damn cracks.
Right.
I just recreational.
Listen, I don't know, but we gonna see what happens with that. Cause
you gonna take some?
Huh?
You gonna take some?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll
Not
see.
A little piece. Just do it and then call me real quick.
I don't know.
And then do the video and be like, "Hey girl, I'm eating crack."
You so why you like this?
Because I don't know how do you do crack?
I think you put it in the pipe. That's what you do. You put it in the pipe or you smoke it in weed. You put it in something and light it on fire.
But it's not powder.
It's rocks. So you put the rock in the pipe and
Do you shred it or something
down.
so it doesn't like explode?
No, it'll dissolve and it'll turn into like more like a liquidy thing. Because what makes it crack is like the baking soda and stuff like that. So that'll cook off, and then you'll be cooking it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You've seen enough rap videos, so don't come for me.
I don't watch the rap. Thank you so much. I'm a Radio Disney gal.
Wow.
But you know, if I had a man who did crack, I would have as much knowledge as you do. So I'm very thankful that the stars have aligned to allow you to know somebody who does.
You see the face that you just made? Like I'm about to hit you? Yep, that's the face you need to be making.
Because I've never in my wildest dreams thought I know somebody who knows somebody who's done crack. Coke, fine. You know, I know a few kids who do coke or what's that ADHD drug? Adderall. Fine. But crack.
If you don't stop, you're so annoying.
Like, I thought crack, like, ceased to exist after 1989 or something.
No, it didn't, apparently.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you.
That's terrible.
I don't know, but we'll see. Again, this will be a catch-up, and we'll see what happens with that, because...
She'll come back for a later episode. So if you hear, like, people in the background, it sounds like we're sitting on a couch or whatever, we're in the shack.
We're in a crack house.
Yeah, we're in a crack house.
Yep.
You might hear people
live from the set or ground zero of the crack house.
You might hear like sucking noises. Like an angry person like getting mad because, you know, they want to eat the orange peel and there's only banana peels or something. I don't know what crackheads argue about. Listen. But, you know,
stupid stuff. Apparently.
We'll be in live from the crack house.
Yep. Definitely.
I won't partake in any.
She's lying. She will.
Obviously. Not crack. This is in 1983.
She'll partake.
I look like Pookie to you.
I mean, sometimes.
Bitch.
Yeah. Come for me, sis.
I don't need to come for you. Life has done that on its own.
You know what? Whatever.
You got a man who does crack.
Listen. He not my man, you know. Listen,
this will never get old. I cannot believe this.
I can't either. Why is my life going this way, y'all?
When I found that out in that damn Marshalls, I was like, wait a minute.
No, nigga, I told you beforehand. Remember? I told you on the phone. I gave you the whole story about how
I know, but
I found out how he told me.
I couldn't believe like he did, like he does.
He didn't. I never saw him do it, but it was like
you gotta catch him.
Like
immigrant. What the hell is an immigrant doing with crack?
Girl, I don't know. I think it's because he was what's them crazy people? A Hebrew Israelite. And I think you ever wonder why they're so jumpy and they be so loud? They probably smoked the cracks too.
There's something in those bean pies. They doing some extra stuff.
You said you want to talk about Hotep, sis. I got some Hotepery.
Oh, we coming there. Because girl, I do too.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King.
What's in those new chicken snack wraps?
What's in the new chicken snack?
What's in the new chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, fresh rice and wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in a...
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it.
But the next nitty-gritty topic. So it was recently World Mental Health Awareness Day. Mm-hmm. So just wanted to talk about mental health in Black women. It's a topic that I obviously face every day because I am not the sanest person. Actually, I remember being when I was in sophomore year, when we were in that dorm.
Right.
And this is when I was going through that thing with the other friends.
Right.
And that was when I was diagnosed with lupus and I was like losing my hair. And then like for some reason I lost a lot of weight. Well, not for some reason.
She wasn't eating, y'all.
Okay, thank you so much for blowing my spot. So it was that. Also, I had a lot of anxiety to the point where it felt like I thought I was going to die several times. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to tell my friends because there's enough that they got to worry about. And definitely not telling my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just keep it to myself.
Right.
And that's that. So fast forward to my boss, she was like a mentor to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells me all of a sudden that she's leaving and that the program is going to change. You're going to find something else. And I'm not a big fan of change.
Right.
So it felt like, oh my God, everything is collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom had to have surgery.
I remember.
And it was like, okay, everything really is collapsing.
Right.
And I felt like my heart was going to like explode out of my chest. I really thought I was going to die one day.
Right.
And I told my doctor about it. And usually like when I'm in a doctor's office, the nurses will come and talk whatever. But because she's known me for a long time. So she was like talking to me like one-on-one, like, are you all right? And I was like, well, lately I've been feeling, lonely and sad, but more so than ever. And I felt like I was going to have a heart attack and all this stuff. And she says, okay, I think you have anxiety. I'm like,
right.
I don't think so. I think maybe I am just freaking out or whatever. And I need a way to calm down. That's all.
Right.
And she's like, no, because you already have a heart condition. So, yeah. So it's not a serious heart condition. It's just that it's irregular beats. It's regurgitation. So like sometimes the blood that goes back out comes right back in. So so she's like, there's already stuff going on. Maybe do you want to talk to a professional? So she got me referral to a therapist.
Right.
And she gave me a prescription for Paxil. Mm-hmm. And I did my research. I looked up Paxil and I was like, all the side effects, I'm not going to take it.
Right.
Like it took me about 3-ish weeks before I started taking it.
Same here.
Because I was like, oh my God, I don't want to get addicted. I don't want this to happen to me. Meanwhile, in my brain, it was like racing 1,000 miles a minute. And then one day I was like, let me just take it.
Yep.
I took it first day, like the side effects, I had like swollen feet, like I couldn't put my shoes on. Mm-hmm. But the first day it was like someone had switched the whole electricity off. There was no, it was like dead.
Right.
Like I had no emotion. The thing with me is that I have too much. I'm very moody and emotional.
Oh, I know, sis. 10 years of friendship. Jesus Christ. Never would have made it.
But it was like going from that to just quiet.
Right.
And it used to relax my brain so much that I would yawn all the time. Like I wouldn't even know. I feel like something is wrong. Like I'd be like every 2 seconds. Right. And just it made me not eat as well. Mm-hmm. I would just be focused on the thing and I don't have to think about, there's nothing in my head going, I don't know if this is going to work out or maybe this is not going to, it's just work and do what you need to do. And I mean, it does work. I've weaned myself. I haven't been taking it often because I was supposed to, initially it was every day. Mm-hmm. And now it's as needed? As needed, which is helpful.
Right.
But I recently had a conversation with a friend who, I use the term friend kind of loosely, but he was saying some stuff about mental health and on World Mental Health Day. He's like, everybody's always saying that they're sad and everybody's always claiming a mental illness. I don't even think that it's real. Like, why do you need medication for something? Like, most people are just sad. Like, that's just what it is. They're just wanting attention and stuff like that. Like, it's not real. And I'm like, so me with my anxiety and depression, taking this medication that very much changes my chemical balance in my brain to calm down. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me that what I'm feeling is not real.
And you're attention seeking, which really burns my buttons is when people say that. Like, you're attention seeking. Huh?
It's like, okay, but Loki, you're depressed too, but just because you don't talk about it,
right,
doesn't mean that I shouldn't.
And you don't talk about it doesn't mean it's gonna go away either.
Right. Like, oh, well, I don't talk about it, I just move on. Okay, good for you.
Right.
But that's not for everybody.
And do you really move on? Is that really a thing?
Right.
You know?
So, and it's just a thing with, I've noticed with like Black women with the trope, you know, the strong Black woman is always so strong. You know, whatever life throws at her, she's good. And it's like, this stereotype gotta die.
It really do. I'm tired of being strong. I'm so tired, girl. Tired. Tired. Like, it gotta end.
Like, what is your experience with mental health been like?
I've been a very, very early adopter to like mental health and therapy. Like, I was in anger management in high school. Like, I didn't have lunch with general population. I would have lunch in the guidance counselor's office with like a small group of other girls and stuff like that because we all had issues, and they felt that it was better for me to have like a small group and have that time to like talk with my peers as opposed to being in like lunch with everybody else. And it was a great experience for me. And I've been a very early adopter, but like the whole mindfulness thing, I've been trying to meditate since like college 2012. When my therapist first said it, he was like, so you need to calm down. Like, your heart is beating out your chest and you need to relax. And he had this guy who was like really big on mindfulness way back when come in and like teach me how to do it. Or like,
wow.
And I got the training and stuff like that, and I just don't use it. I'm gonna get there. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it.
Don't use it,
but yeah, people are really. So I'm a huge proponent about mental health and people going to therapy. The main thing I think is everybody needs a therapist. If a therapist needs a therapist after dealing with everybody's stuff, you damn sure need one. Especially being a Black woman in America, dealing with all the stuff that we have to deal with. Like, life is really hard. Like, why make it harder by denying yourself that you can have something that you can have access to that could help you, you know?
Right.
Like, I honestly don't get it. It really bothers me.
Yeah, and it's, I don't even know how to say, but like, it's just messed up because I've always felt like, and I knew from when I was little that there was stuff going on.
Right.
With me.
Right.
Like I didn't have the words.
Right.
And I didn't know how to verbalize it, and I didn't know who to verbalize it to.
Right.
So like I knew when I was little, like, okay, I'm sad.
Right.
And I'm lonely a lot.
Right.
Maybe I'm just like pensive or something.
Right.
You know? Not like, oh, there's something wrong. It's just, you know, people are like that.
Right.
And then as I got older, I used to be like, okay, maybe I should, and this is a trigger warning, but I used to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be here.
Right.
You know, because there's always stuff happening in my life, stuff happening to me.
Right. Maybe
I should just, you know, scoot out of here because life would be better or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It felt like before therapy, it felt like, oh my God, I have no option.
Right. Yep.
Like, what am I going to do?
Yep.
Like, I am a broken person. I don't think I can repair myself.
Yep.
How can I get out of here?
Yeah.
And when I was little, now I'm putting together the pieces, but when I was in like 5th grade, I used to meet with all the counselors all the time. Because I was a compulsive liar when I was little.
Really?
Yeah. I told one counselor, ironically named Mr. Judge, who was still at that school. I told him, and he was new. I was like, he's like, why aren't you doing your homework or your work? And I could have said, oh, because of my home situation and my parents are fighting all the time and it's kind of an abusive place where I live in. Mm-hmm. I just said, oh, well, you know, it's busy because I have to watch my little brother.
What little brother?
I know. I made up a whole family.
Oh, wow.
Like, I had a little brother, I had an older sister,
Wow.
They had names, they had stories, all of this stuff. And he would always be like, "Can I meet your parents?" I'm like, "Nope, you can't. They're busy."
Right.
They work in like New Jersey, so.
Right.
Which was not true. They worked in Brooklyn. Same place where my school was. But yeah, I didn't want to. It was that feeling of like, I don't know if I should tell this person.
Right.
Because I don't want to get judged. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yep.
Because of what's going on with me.
Right.
And it's so many times, especially within like the Black community, that stigma of where like, I'm going to tell you something personal. And then he'd be like, well, that's your fault.
Yep.
Why didn't you do so-and-so? Or why didn't you say so-and-so? You could have spoken up earlier. Yep. Why didn't you tell me?
Yep.
Or why did you do this? Why did you wear this? Why did you say this?
It's always your fault. Always.
It's like, I didn't want to be depressed, you know. I do want to have a nice life.
Yep.
I just can't because of my brain. That's why. And it's hard to explain that to like, you know, a Black mom or an immigrant parent.
Right.
Whose solution is, well, I was sad too, but I prayed or I got over it.
Yep.
It's like, that's not meant for you, but it's not easy for me.
Exactly. And then have you really gotten over it? Like, I'm going to continue to say that. Like, just because you repressed it doesn't mean you got over it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. A lot of people are freaking suffering because there's like this denial of the issues, and we'd rather sit here and say, and I'd like to say that we've become a lot better with the idea of like, you know, pursuing help and stuff like that. But on the flip side, the conversations that are happening in the house that I have sat by and seen happen, it still hasn't, you know, as a whole changed. Like, everyone's still saying, if I say I go to therapy, it's already a look. Oh, you go to therapy? Oh, okay. Like, that's good. But it's like one of those, that's good. That's good. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh no, because I will tell you, me and my therapist, we having a key, okay? Like, I come in there with my stuff and she dies and we chat and stuff like that. And it's a good session. I leave feeling relieved. Like, but you, on the other hand, you're thinking I'm crazy. Right. Like, and it's always that assumption there. And like, I feel like the word crazy and sane, when you said sane, it kind of like made me cringe up a little bit because I was just like, that's such a negative word. Like, what do you mean by sane? Like, do you mean, there has to be something else. There has to be another word. We have to change the vocab that we use around mental health. And so that is so stigmatized because everyone's going through something. I can spot it. Ooh, I'm so good at spotting mental health disorders, especially in the field that I'm in now. Like, I can spot it. I can spot you. I can pretty much diagnose you. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to. But I can spot it. And so I'm just like, don't sit here and tell me like, you got it all together. Oh, okay, cool.
Have you done that mental health training thing?
Yeah. I got my mental health first aid training. Yeah. Up through the city. Yeah.
That you went to the 8-hour one, right? Yeah. I emphasize mostly on adolescents and children because that's the field that I plan on going into. Okay. But you know, I'm also very well versed through like life experience with adults and mental health crises. I don't know what it is. I feel like God has always wanted me to work with like people with mental health illness. Because I don't know, everyone has a crisis near me. Everyone ends up going through their mental health crises around Girl, I'm
me,
sorry.
with me. It's fine, sis. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'll be ready. Like, you going through a manic episode, sis? Oh, okay, let's do this. What's going on? Okay, like I'm ready. I'm so ready. Like I am that friend who knows how to deal with you. Are you gonna put on 12 hats today? You gonna walk through the streets and talk to strangers? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna walk you to the emergency room. We're gonna sit there together. Like, I'm that friend.
That actually makes me think. So, what do you now? I'm pretty sure I know what I have, but what do you think that diagnosed me?
No, I knew you had anxiety from day one. That I knew.
Really?
Day one. The day when I first met you.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well, we gotta pause this. Hold up a second.
Yep.